Hello there and welcome back to Tatooine Tableflip. I'm Jimmie and today I'll be unboxing Raxxon from Plaid Hat Games. Let's get this thing on the table and open her up. Alright, well, as you can see, the box is printed black on black. It just says simply Raxxon on the front. Down here in kind of a slightly less black gray tone is In the World of Dead of Winter. Shows a little bit of the components on the back. Has something about a couple of promo cards. And then the component list. Alright. Of course, the rule book. In front of it says, "Stop before proceeding, go to Raxxon.com." There's, my understanding is there's some other scenarios and whatnot. Object of the game, the setup, of course the rules of play. Interesting. And we have a packet with what appear to be some characters and their dashboard. I'll go ahead and open these up and have a look. Do it without tearing them up. There we go. Looks like there's 6 of them here, various colors. A sealed card of tokens that you punch out. A sealed single square board. Contain quarantine, uncontained quarantine. Looks like card areas. Packet of square cards. I like that they included the components in bags instead of wrapping them in cello. Various colors there. Interesting. Another packet of standard size cards. Yep, looks like they're all the same type. Possibly scenario type instructions. And yet one more smaller packet of cards. Oh, this must be the promo pack. A couple of, looks like it's a couple of characters for Dead of Winter and their standees. That's pretty slick. I like that a lot. Nice little cross-promotional bit. And there you have it. That's Raxxon. I am really ridiculously excited to play this game. I've been looking forward to it ever since they put out the word that they were going to execute this, what I consider to be a genius marketing scheme. Since the parent game, if you will, is all about the aftermath of a zombie plague, this is set just before that, as it's really kind of kicking off. And so to really evoke the feeling of being a team of experts hoping to nip this thing in the bud and trying to stay one step ahead of it, there was only a few invites sent out to a select few people. And each of those people, once they bought the game, had 3 invites that they then sent out. And those people, once they bought their game, they had 3 invites, and so on. So this thing spread like a plague would, with the teams, as they're called, trying to stay one step ahead of the spread of this apocalyptic thing. A lot of people have had issue with the way they did this, because they took it as an exclusivity move, but I think maybe some of them didn't understand that this wasn't necessarily about exclusivity. It was more about trying to, again, evoke that feeling of trying to stay one step ahead of a spread of a plague. And I don't know, I thought it was a great idea, because, and I mean, if it would have ended up where there weren't people who could get the game, then I would understand. Yeah, then people, could be upset. I would be upset. I'd feel like I'd taken part in something that was robbing somebody else of their chance to have a chance to play the game. But everybody eventually is going to be able to buy the game, and that's because there's just, every time somebody buys a copy and they have 3 invites, there's no way that we're all going to outrun those invites. There is going to be plenty to go around, and if you haven't managed to get an invite yet, hang in there. One is coming your way, I guarantee it. I waited a bit and held back, and sure enough, I was fortunate in that a friend of mine tossed one my way. The character sheets are the dreaded thin sort of cardstock paper. I'm not crazy about, and only because stuff like this, it's hard to protect, because, and the more you play the game, especially really good games, they get beat up really quick. So I'm still trying to find a solution, a protection solution. I'm absolutely going to end up sleeving the cards. These little square ones are the same cardstock as the player dashboards, and so yeah, depending on how much you handle your copy, could potentially get beat up as well. But I know that they make card sleeves that fit this style of card. It's similar to the game Age of War. If you guys are familiar with that one, has these about the same size, if I remember correctly, these square type instead of standard type cards. This little player board here that has the areas clearly marked out, I am very intrigued by, because so far I have no clue how this game plays. As soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna read the rules and dig in. Speaking of which, this game is soloable. You can play it solo by yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down and get at least one game in, maybe a few. I love that to cross-promote, they put these promo cards with the little standees in. I love that. It's a fantastic idea and a nice little surprise. Everything, it's weirdly light on components. I thought there was quite a bit more to the game, frankly, but I'm kind of glad that there's not. What that means is that it's just going to be easy to set up, easy to take down. Hopefully it plays fairly quickly, but if it doesn't, that's okay, because my understanding is this is an outstanding game. I am ridiculously excited to get to it. That's going to do it for this time, you guys. Hey, if you want to get a hold of us, you can find us online at BoardGamerBlues.com, or you can catch up with us at Twitter or Facebook. It's at BoardGamerBlues. Or you can email me directly at jimmie@BoardGamerBlues.com. That's Jimmie@BoardGamerBlues.com. And tell me what you like about the show. Tell me what you don't like. Call me names. I don't care. We've had a lot of really cool emails from a lot of nice people, and I'm loving reading your emails, and I try to answer all of them. So if I don't get back to you very quickly, please don't think that I'm ignoring you. I'm not. As over the last few months, as we've kind of gotten rolling and gotten a little bigger, we're getting a lot of emails. We're getting a lot of feedback. I love it. It's fantastic. But yeah, it's quite interesting in the suggestions and the feedback and the critiques. I love the critiques, because that means I can just shape the show for you guys. This thing's for you as much as it is for me. So, I'm having a blast doing it, and I'll keep going as long as you guys watch. So, hey, speaking of, if you guys like the show, go ahead and hit that like button down there. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the show. I love seeing the subscriber numbers jump up. It's fantastic. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you next time on Tatooine Tableflip. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.